Welcome to a new video on the Esthetic Ants channel, where today we will be looking at my Pheidole megacephala. We have been highlighting this colony a lot lately because they just keep growing and growing. They are still very active and as of now one of my favorite ant colonies. I received this colony almost a year ago, which honestly feels like yesterday. The colony was not the biggest, and given that they had a lot of majors, the colony was most likely split up or dug up. Despite that, the colony had 3 queens, so success was almost guaranteed. Or so I thought. After moving the ants into a Venus nest, it took ages before the queens started to lay. The amount of brood was also not a large amount, which concerned me. I learned that it is quite normal for megacephala colonies to show this kind of behavior. Back then I made a video and said that things would go better soon, and I was right. With regular feeding, the brood pile of the ants became bigger and bigger, to a point where I was amazed every time I glanced at the colony. It just took them a while. From there on things progressed very quickly. Within just a couple of months they had completely filled the Wakushi Venus nest, and then it was time to move them into a different setup. My last Pheidole colony died because I moved them too quickly. I was not that eager now to move them inside a nest. So I chose a different setup for the ants, an outworld with 4 test tubes attached to them. Moving the ants was quite dramatic, and if you have not checked that video out, I suggest you go watch it right now. Inside the new setup the ants thrived. Thanks to the heat cable, the brood developed quickly, and it wasn't long before they filled out the 4 test tubes as well. With their amount of brood and worker count, I was quite comfortable moving them into a nest. So that is exactly what I did. When I wanted to move them, we were just about to launch the new Esthetic Ants Ytong Nests. So keep that in mind that you're seeing a prototype here. For chamber depth, I chose 5mm to give me the most visibility over the ants. 5mm also works great for species like Lasisnager or Tetramoim species. To test this nest with Pheidole is also great, because they are a tiny ant species. If there are any places or potential escape risks, these ants will find out. The ants dumped all their trash inside the connector, so I had to clean that out first before I could connect the nest to the setup. It did not take very long before the ants started moving in. By placing the nest on a heat mat, I knew that the move was going to be nice and quick. Within just an hour there were already a lot of ants present inside the nest. Oh man, do I love the look of this. The Ytong just looks so nice. It is really cool finally having ants inside one of these towers. Now you're probably wondering what the ants look right now. Big reveal in 3, 2, 1. Wow, would you look at that. The whole colony moved. Well, I have to be honest here. They moved I think 2 months ago. So in the meantime they also have had the chance to live inside the nest for a longer period of time. Let's check it out, shall we? The ants have a huge brood pile in the deeper chamber. We can see a lot of naked pupae here. One layer above that is a lot of larvae. The bottom chamber became a little bit of a trash chamber. It is also too hot for the ants. I think that is why they don't use it. It also makes sense, most ants are inside the deepest chamber because it's nice and dark. The undeep chambers give us a perfect sight of the ants. They are doing really well inside. A lot better than I hoped. If you look inside the outworld we can see it's pretty crowded. In the test tube there are also a lot of ants still present. It is a nice water source, so I see no point of removing them. If you follow me on other socials, you will note that this nest is a prototype, and you can clearly see some issues that it has. Those issues have been fixed however, and I hope to soon move these ants into a large Ytong nest. However, this is quite the upgrade, so they need to fill up this nest first, with as many workers as they can, before I move them. When temperatures start to pick up again, I think this colony can reach 10,000 workers this year. And that is it for this video. Thank you for watching and make sure you are subscribed to follow the progression of this colony. See you in the next one.